There are three principles to apply when aiming to get stronger. These ideas are straight from the legendary strength coach Louis Simmons. Whether you are a busy entrepreneur or professional or trying to level up in the gym, these principles will help you understand what it takes to build real strength. So let's dive into it. Okay, number one is get faster or increase speed. Louis Simmons emphasized that strength isn't just about lifting heavy, it's also about how fast you can move the weight. Think of it this way: speed equals force. The faster you can generate force, the stronger you will be. This is particularly useful in athletic settings where explosive power is key. Some training modalities to increase speed include obviously dynamic effort methods, for example, performing fast explosive reps with lighter load, around 60 to 70% or even more in some cases of your 1 rep max. A great tool for developing speed is the Olympic lifts like cleans and snatches, because they also build speed by recruiting fast twitch muscle fibers. In terms of the Olympic lifts themselves, I would say doing powers, so power cleans and power snatches, even more so develop speed because you have to put more height into the bar and you have less space and time to move under the bar. So you naturally have to get faster, right, to develop a good power clean or good power snatch. We can also train this through the application of jumps and direct work with sprinting or sprinting drills. Speed translates into better force production, which ultimately means more strength. Now, even within training principles themselves and the way you train or training methods, there's other ways you can increase fast twitch muscle fiber recruitment and develop that rate of force development. So in kind of like a downstream effect of that is increased speed and output power. Number two, max out more often, or lift heavy more often, like I like to say. The second way to get stronger is to lift heavy more often. This doesn't mean necessarily maxing out every single day, but incorporating more frequent heavy lifts into your routine. Often an area many coaches or gym goers underutilize is the load you are using is simply too light too often, right? And that's not going to feed into you getting stronger and growing more muscle. It's just too light and you're going light too often. There's times to back off and obviously have lighter sessions, but if that's making up most of your training, then you're going to get nowhere. We can also incorporate segments of sessions where you are being asked to take exercises or lifts closer to failure. And that is a good way of doing it because you can kind of sprinkle out the heavy efforts across each day and not have it deteriorate recovery too much. We also want to focus on or emphasize that proximity to failure is a key area to focus on to drive progress and strength. You have to be close to failure on every set or rep within reason to drive that progress. Lifting at 85% or more of your 1 rep max stresses the nervous system and builds absolute strength. Training modalities to increase your max strength include the max effort method. This is where you perform heavy lifts at near max or max levels, typically 1 to 3 reps. This method teaches your central nervous system to handle heavier loads and improves your ability to recruit muscle fibers. So powerlifting programs often use this approach. Think regular heavy squats, regular heavy deadlifts, and regular heavy bench presses. And generally speaking, they will try to have those heavy sessions as frequently as possible, as long as you can recover from it. And number three, increase muscle mass or hypertrophy. Finally, increasing muscle mass. It's simple. The more muscle you have, the more potential strength you can generate. But hypertrophy isn't just about size. It's about building the muscle fibers that will later be called upon when lifting heavy or moving fast. And this is another area I see people struggle with. They might be struggling to get stronger, but they're staying the exact same size. If you're not putting on more muscle, it's very hard to get stronger. You can't just be like weigh the same and continuously get stronger. Is very unlikely. That might work for a period of time, but a better approach would be for you to try to put on like another 3 to 5 kg of muscle, which will substantially increase your strength. So sometimes when you're not getting stronger, you need to shift more energy to put in on more muscle so you can get stronger. Sorry, there's a typo there, but put in more muscle. Yeah. Training for hypertrophy generally involves performing sets in the 6 to 12 rep range with 70 to 80% load, or 7 to 8 RPE, focusing on time and attention and progressively increasing volume. This is the body This is the bodybuilding side of strength training. More muscle mass provides a bigger foundation for strength gains. After all, bigger muscles have a greater potential to lift heavier weights. All right, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. If you've got any questions, drop them in the comments. If you're not already, like the video, give me a follow, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.